Welcome to one of my Runeterra highlight videos. I highlight a different deck almost every single day of the week. If you enjoy the content, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Enjoy. Alright, so Fearsome Aggro is an archetype that's been going around for a little bit now. We have a variation of this archetype up on my website that is a small Ionia Splash. This build has a small Targon Splash for some Pale Cascade, because Pale Cascade is just one of the best combat tricks in the game right now. +2/+1 for 2 is a good rate, and then with Nightfall, so if it's not the first card you play in a round, it replaces itself and lets you draw a card. Fearsome, for those not familiar, is the keyword that is a form of evasion. Make sure units harder to block, so this can only be blocked by enemies with 3 or more power. This deck is also a Mist Wraith deck, and Mist Wraith is part of the reason why we are a primarily base Shadow Isles deck. So when I'm summoned, give Mist Wraith allies everywhere +1 attack. The reason why Mist Wraiths make us want to be primarily Shadow Isles is because of Wraith Caller. So Wraith Caller, if it hits its Allegiance trigger here, summons a Mist Wraith when it comes into play. So if the top card of your deck is another Shadow Isles card, you get another one of these Mist Wraiths, which powers up all your other Mist Wraiths. So you want as many Shadow Isles cards as possible in your decks to hit with this consistently. And then Risen Mists is yet another way to generate Mist Wraiths. So just a burst speed, put one into play. Now, one of the things that's really important and powerful about this card is the burst speed means this lets you put a unit into play before attackers or blockers and then not pass priority. So this gives you very aggressive opens at the start of the turn because you can add a bunch of power to the board and then attack right away, not giving your opponent an opening to have blockers. The rest of the deck is just like pretty good Fearsome units: Skitterer, Kalista, Elise, Horror, Stygian. We've got a couple of Harrowing here at the very top end of our curve to kind of have that extra oomph in the mid game against mid-range and control decks to end the game. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games here with this and see how it goes. I think we're mulliganing these. Actually, this is probably fine to keep because it replaces itself. These can generate card advantage as well. I think I just play this, and then we'll play this and attack next turn.
I know what lurks in the shadows. Skitter out.
Elise is a great threat to have to lead on in this matchup because they're very likely an Avalanche deck. And Elise notably has that third point of toughness to not die to that.
Warm hearts and hot soups.
Yeah, basically Nightwing. So Avalanche kind of sucks for us here regardless. Do I just open attacks? I think I just open attacks. This lets them eat this, but they take 6, and then if they Avalanche, it kills this in addition to these. Okay, and now oh wait, huh? So I have a decision to make. Do I Pale Cascade to save here without the Nightfall, or do I Risen Mist to trade here? I think I Risen Mist to trade, actually. Because this play says they probably don't have Avalanche. Yeah, a lot of places have started doing sales that are longer lasting, but usually in years past, they also have like their biggest sales on the day of. So hopefully, responsible companies won't be doing that this year, but, you know, capitalism, a lot of places aren't responsible. I definitely just open attacks against the Ruination deck, right?
I've carved meat bigger than you.
How do we feel about Stalking Shadow's double Pale Cascade? I think I'm into it. Show me Vile Beast. Hey, that'll do. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Do. And like, sure, they're cleaning out a bunch of my board here, but like, they're at 4 and my hand is full of gas. Seems pretty good. Alright, that is an Anivia, but they're only at 5 mana, so like, you know. I full mulligan here, looking for Elises and Mist Wraiths to start. This could be a mirror match where they're just not splashing the target card. Sweet, and we found the Elise and we're attacking on even, so that's nice. We get to play this and attack with it, make a spider friend right away.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
Dorian Costly, thank you for the 21 months of support. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
We could use a bite.
Crunch. Well, Cookie go on YouTube. It's already on YouTube, Seth. I am planning to add a dedicated pie video I'm gonna clip up and make tonight. That'll have just the bits of pie making. Made a pumpkin pie from scratch over the course of the afternoon. Yeah, that's true, Landon. Yeah, I think if I hadn't messed up the Elise block, we probably would have been okay there with the second one making spiders to flipper. That would have given us the extra fearsome blocker, right?
Now you've gone and upset it.
I think I'd rather trade with their Mist Wraith than their 3-2. Catch you later, Seth. Was it easy as pie? It was easier than I expected it to be, if I'm being honest. Huh? I think it's not only meta shifts that made, I think it's not just meta shifts that made Mist Wraith better, so much as it's just like, people figured out optimal deck lists too. I think it's definitely part of it. Definitely gonna take some trades here, so I can play some Mist Wraiths next turn and smack them around. Trade these, go to 13. I have a lot of blockers at the moment. I don't remember the turn you're referring to, Savara Hat, but I believe I had resources to play the Doom Beast that turn. So if so, you should do it right away. Obviously, if I was out of resources to play anything else, I should wait, but if I had resources to play stuff, it makes sense to do it right away. Alright, I think we're looking for a spider here now to shrink their stuff. Stiggy and A. I guess we just take this for some Drano. I mean, waiting to draw one more card doesn't make you more likely to draw a Doom Beast. Safari Hat, the top 5 cards of your deck are random. So, like, waiting a turn doesn't statistically increase your probability at all.
Suffer long.
So if you have a chance to play the card that turn, you should just take it. Waiting doesn't change your probabilities at all. I can't tell if boards trading off here is good for us or bad for us. That's actually true. If you missed on Wraithcaller, you know your top card is Pale Cascade, you could wait. Well, neither of us are harrowing this turn. So we probably go Mist Wraith into Doom Boy into this open attacks next turn. Seems like the likely sequence. Now we might Pale Cascade on defense. They attack and offer the trade. I don't actually know what Stalking Shadows does. It's a good question, though. If they want to put this here, I'm okay with that. Super dead to their harrowing next turn. I mean, not necessarily bruised by dog. Like, I don't think trading off boards is indicative of anything. Like, I don't have a harrowing and I'm trading off boards aggressively. I think assuming they have harrowing here is just like one of the typical things TCG players do, where they just assume their opponent always has the worst possible card for them. Very,
another.
very human impulse. So like here, this is actually indicative of if they have Harrowing, they wouldn't play this, right? So like, I think your read on Harrowing there is very incorrect. Yeah, they don't play out more units here if they have Harrowing.
Now you've gone and upset it.
The real card game thing to happen right now is the opponent top taking Harrowing after not playing to it. Yep. It's not bad. I mean, they're definitely attacking, right? They played out the ephemeral one. They played out Stygian. Sure. So they're gonna have 0 things that can block Fearsomes at the start of next turn. So like, we'll draw some Fearsomes here, and then we'll do both of these, and then kill them on opens, hopefully. We even have enough mana to Pale Cascade next turn as well. Monarch of War HS, thanks for the follow, I appreciate that. Welcome to Glandy and welcome to Runeterra. I assume HS means you were previously a Hearthstone player. Hope you're enjoying this one. It's definitely my favorite digital card game out there right now. Card game in general, even just digital. Favorite card game in general. The mist sauce. Alright, so one in mystery premieres this evening. Speaking of Go Hard Twisted Fate, am I mulligan this one? I kind of think I'm in for the rest of these. Again, we're attacking on evens, which is great for having Elise in the opener. Yeah, I'm gonna keep these other ones. These other ones all generate card advantage. Never forget, chat, the shuffler is as rigged as the earth is flat.
Nothing but the stink of blood and sweat.
You put GP in the Go Hard deck. I'm actually not sure, Monarch. So we've played one variation of the Go Hard deck on stream that didn't have GP in it. And the next time we play it, we're definitely going to have GP in it. It's towards the top of the deck here. We're going to get to it tomorrow night. Hi, Fubar. I might have foobarred the deck cube. I think I dropped one that I probably shouldn't have dropped. I'll have to check my revisions. Because there was definitely another go hard deck in there that's not there now. I might have deleted it by mistake. God bless Google Docs having revisions. I disagree with your mulligan decision, Shuffler, right?
Hush now.
Poor thing.
If you open up Go Hard in your deck editor, it'll have Pack Your Bags behind it. to show the card that it creates.
Didn't know the box had sent for ye.
Don't know much, do ya?
We shall not rest until all betrayers pay.
Yeah, like mid-range combo, mid-range control is definitely what I would describe the Go Twisted deck as. What do they have, 2 Go Hards here? I played this out because it wouldn't die to 1 with the barrel, but they could have 2, and they were just planning to kill the Elise, but now they're going to kill this instead. Vile Feast, sure.
The dead don't need riches.
I'm gonna trade this for a 2-1. This can't block Elise anyways. It doesn't block my spider profitably either.
Now you've gone and upset it.
Gotta go with the flow.
Got a lot of spooky dorks here. Get like a solid hit in for 9. Doesn't make a spider print.
Suffer long.
If they block this, do I Pale Cascade to kill this? Sure that I do. I think I'd rather bank the spell mana so I can Stalking Shadows next turn with 5 up. So opponents played 1 Go Hard so far this game, so there's still a number of them off before they can tell us to pack our bags. That's great. Should help us work towards having a lethal attack next turn. West Coast, Best Coast. Hope you're doing well on the left coast out there. West Coast, Best Coast is left coast.
Surprise for him.
Thank you for the happy hour. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Now we'll easily trade Stygian for a 2-1 here. It's fine for 12. Huh. Okay. And then, like, next turn I do this, I think. And then smack them. Yeah, the last Go Hard player we played against was trying out some new technology. They had Butcher in their deck. The one that when it dies, it makes a 4/3. And they were actually playing the Chum in the Waters, the Fizz spell. So we get to go this, into this, into this. And then we have Mark plus Pale Cascade as tricks to push extra damage and protect from things like, that deal damage from our opponent here.
I'm always up for a round or two.
Gold card, sure.
Hold it, partner.
Look at this. Look at this Best Owl Boy chat. Best Owl Boy NA. Grow, my pretty, grow. Who is a spooky owl? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right, to have a little bit of a concise wrap on this deck before we move along. I don't really know that I played enough games to have an educated opinion on Pale Cascade versus is it Go Get It? So there is another variation of this deck that we've played that instead of splashing Targon for Pale Cascade, splashes this Iona card, because this card's pretty sweet at picking up and making more Wraith Callers, among other things. It's also kind of cheeky with Doom Beast for extra reach. I do know that this archetype in general, the core kind of fearsome archetype, is very, very good. I think in general, like, this archetype is easily one of the tier 1 decks in the game right now, and I think we're going to see it get a bit more popular as time progresses. I expect this to be a very popular deck in people's lineups for the seasonal tournament that we were talking about that's going to be happening in December. Argon and PKY, thanks for the follows. Welcome to Hoaglandia. But as far as, like, having a feel for this card versus this card after playing a few hours of each of these decks, I don't really know that I have a good beat on which does which. I will say that Mark of the Isles impressed me, so I don't know that I'm strictly into this over this, but I do think having some number of these to have at least some combat tricks is probably something worth having. So